Welcome back. This is NTV Uganda and we're discussing teenage pregnancy. Now, in this part of the show, it is your turn to ask questions to our health worker.
But some people, let me say that some parents are the ones impregnating their own daughters. So how should that be?
So far we've heard about mainly the girls' health problems, like when they get pregnant. So I was also wondering, are there any implications for the boys as well?
Yes, Issa.
Like sometimes, some girls are just raped and parents cannot understand it. When you try to explain to them what I did not want it, they're just left. So how is she going to deal with that?
Thank you so much. These are very vital questions because this shows they are happening in our families. And our children are going through them, but we are kind of trying to be, should I say, adamant about them. She asked a very good questions. Actually, my fathers, uncles, cousins are raping and using these young people. And what she's asking, what happens if it is your father? First and foremost, all of us who are here, I would want us to know our rights. You know it is wrong for your father to use you or to rape you or whatever. Do you have anyone to run to? Do you have anywhere to go to? If it has happened, if it's your father doing it, are you sharing it with your mother or any elder in your house who can be of help? And if it is happening, or even if he tries or any person tries for the first time, don't allow a next time to happen.
Okay, let me give an example. Your father, let me say you go to the police and your father gives bribes the police. So what else do you get? Like everywhere you go and he gives that something, so you're like the one in wrong, so don't listen to it. So what do you do?
I know, and some of course you don't have the money, but your father has the money. And he would be like, I won't even take you back to school. This girl is being bad-mannered. But we all know it is the wrong thing to do. And that is a message to the parents that, you know what, parents? You're doing this to your children, but even morally, what morals are you giving to your children? Religiously, are we really trying to prepare our children the right way they are supposed to be done, the way things are supposed to be done? Another person asked implications for boys. Also, boys can of course have bad results, impregnating someone, leave alone the other person conceiving, but you as an individual, you're going to end up with issues like STIs, HIV, because you do not know the HIV status of the other person. Okay? And assuming parents to this girl choose to be like, omwana huyo nze mubalekedde. They drop the girl to your parents. What are your parents going to say? Many of you have mentioned what your parents how your parents would react. Would we want to go into that? If we know this is not the right thing to do, let's not do it now, postpone it until the time is ready for us to, you know?
But also Mukulu said I would run away.
Mukulu said I would run. Of course, running away is not the best. Let's also learn not to run away from our responsibilities. If we are talking now that this is not the right thing to do, and you still go ahead and do it, that means you're running away from your responsibilities. You'll yet come back. Some call it's not the right thing to do. Don't run away, stay around. And I know parents may be very tough, but I know working it out together with your parents, you would have a way forward. Someone mentioned something about rape. If I am raped, I said in the beginning, if you're raped, say from the beginning that if your parents know that, okay, you mentioned that, you know what, I had a challenge today, so and so, ABCD happened. I'll give an example. If you mentioned earlier, maybe they would help you they will take you to hospital, okay? And a health worker will attend to you. One, maybe they would help you to give you something to prevent pregnancy to grow. We do not know the HIV status of the person who raped you. Maybe we would get PEP. PEP is medicine they give you to swallow to avoid getting the HIV if the other person was HIV positive. Okay? So those are things that it still goes back. We need to open up to our parents from the very beginning. I am having this challenge. What do I need to do? Where can I go? Eh? You have places you can go to like Straight Talk. Straight Talk may not have health services, but they will refer you to Reproductive Health Uganda.
Any other questions for?
Can you tell us more about the problems the body faces when you get pregnant early?
Okay. First of all, your organ, what we would call the reproductive organs, are not fully grown. Maybe your uterus, if I would mention, your womb, is not yet fully grown for you to hold that baby. Okay? So there are very high chances that even when you happen to carry this pregnancy to term, delivery will be very difficult. Okay? You can end up with heavy bleeding. Sometimes you can end up, because the organ is not fully grown, what we would call tears. They can tear, you bleed heavily. Before you know it, you're either losing your life, you're rushed to theater, maybe even the uterus or the womb is removed. To mention but a few. There are quite many.
So maybe I just want to say something about the boys. You did ask about the boys. What are the problems to the boys?
Implications the boys would get.
Yeah. Well, we know the boy does not carry the pregnancy, right? Do you carry a pregnancy?
No.
You don't? What do you do?
I impregnate.
Yeah?
He impregnates.
You impregnate. Now, when you get the news that you have impregnated a girl, okay?
Yeah.
Like you said in the beginning, you feel terrified, you know? You are scared and all that stuff that you said in the beginning. That in itself is an implication on the boy. Because mentally, you are not stable. You are not strong. You are always going to think about what you have done. And that alone, if you are in school, is enough to disorganize you. That is why you see people who are performing very well, all of a sudden, one term, their performance has gone down. All these are issues that happen to you. And that is why I was asking, do you think your family will financially support you if you got pregnant? Because these are things that have to be thought through for you as a boy.
Even the girl.
Okay? So all these things are happening. Yes, you don't have the pregnancy, but you have the responsibility. And your ability to manage that responsibility as a boy affects the quality of life you live. Okay? Because if you're always thinking and thinking about this and you are worried about it, life is not good. Health is not an absence of disease. If you don't have diseases, it doesn't mean you are healthy. But also mentally, if you are not well, you are thinking of this, that, you are not healthy.
But sometimes it's choice. So it's not me, disorganizing her life. It's both of us disorganizing our lives.
Other.
It's the choice.
Interesting.
Yes.
So it is choice. When you say sometimes it is choice, what do you mean choice for what?
You see, a girl decides to go in with a boy. Yeah, when she's not forced. So it's not me disorganizing your life. It's not you disorganizing my life. But it's both of us disorganizing our lives.
Linda,
a nice one.
Young people, it is choice to engage into sex and they end up pregnant. What do you have to say about that? It is choice. Issa says
it's a choice. Issa says it's a choice. But are we making informed choices? Do we know what informed choices are? Informed choices are, I am making a decision that is not going to affect my life, my health, and so on, and the life of the people around me. Okay, so you making a choice with her, is that a good decision for both of you at that particular time? So if you think it's a good decision for both of you, think of the outcomes, both positive and negative. Okay? And then I will emphasize on the negative sides, because that's what we are talking about. If the negative outcomes, how are they going to affect the people around me? Let's assume we are talking about teenage pregnancy. Let's assume you're taking you said it's a choice for you and her. She happens to become pregnant. What are you thinking about the baby who is going to come on this world and has no parents who can be able to take care of them, of the baby? What is the implication of your siblings? What if you're the firstborn, what kind of example are you giving them? The people around you who are looking after you, we are talking, but there are also people out there who actually admire that you're in school. And they have not had an opportunity. And they'll be like, oh, even people who go to school can also behave like this. Are we giving a good example that if I go and talk to them, they will also be like, okay, after all, even people who go to school also do this, why not me, who is just redundant at home? Okay, so everything you do, just know it's going to have an implication on you, the people around you, the community, and the nation. I'll give you an example. If she conceived, did you know how much the hospital would spend, or the government would spend on her for her to have a safe baby? Assuming she's HIV positive, do you know how much the government is going to spend on her for the rest of her life? Do you know how your parents are going to be crying inside them that my child or my boy or my girl is actually not doing well because of your actions, because you're saying you're taking a decision? So I am saying let's make informed decisions. If sometimes you're challenged, consult people who, I don't want to say know better than you, but people you think could be of help are in a better position to be of help to you.
When we come back, we shall hear from the ladies. Is it a choice? They fall in love, so much in love. Is it a choice? We'll be back.